What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm unboxing the Finestra miner. I ended up actually getting this on eBay for, I believe, $60 or maybe $50 shipped, which is a hell of a deal because this device has a Raspberry Pi in it, as well as the concentrator for helium and for Crankk, which is what I'm going to be using it for, as well as possibly Things IX in the future. But this has been sealed. It's never been opened before, so I'm going to crack that seal open. And I noticed it's only sealed on one side. Don't know why that really matters, but just a little background on this device. If you guys are interested in any of the specifications, they're right here, so you can pause the video and read them. It comes with the miner, an antenna, an adapter, and a cable. And some other stuff down here if you're just interested in reading any of that stuff. There's a QR code, a barcode, and I think that's it. So let's open this up. Looks like it's just a protective sleeve on top. And we are left with the cardboard packaging. And this is a very familiar site. This looks pretty similar to all of the other boxes that I've unboxed. Tells me, please wait, hello. Visit thefinestra.com/install. You can get the latest install instructions. They also have it in French, which is interesting. Okay. Set that aside. We have instructions in French. I'm sure it's going to be in English on the other side. Yep. Okay. Download the app, create your wallet, attach antenna, connect to helium, locate it, and then there's just little instructions about the lights. So if you guys want to read that on your own, you can. It tells you can. There's a little sticker on the back that you can actually just peel it and stick it, which is pretty nice. I actually like that. Cool. And then in here we have some other information, just that's in French again. Okay. It tells you what's in the box and just some more specifications. This is pretty much what was shown on the actual back side of the box, and it's just some more information. So putting that all aside, we can take a look at what we have in the box. We got an antenna, small little antenna. This is pretty standard, 915 megahertz. We have the actual miner, which I'll set aside and we'll get to that in a second. We have pretty thick, okay, 3 different cards, which is nice. I actually have not seen any other miners doing this, as well as a nice little, this is actually one of the cheapest pens I've ever held in my life. So that's pretty neat. As far as power, let's see what we got going on here. We have a nice DC in. It's kind of disappointing that all these miners that I've bought have been using DC in. I really would have appreciated it if they incorporated or at least took advantage of the USB-C that a lot of the Raspberry Pis have. And we'll see that once I take the Raspberry Pi apart, if it has a USB-C. Interesting device, looking at it, how it's built. It feels pretty cheap. This sticker honestly feels like it can come off, but it's just got a Ethernet in the back and the cable for your low RN antenna, and then the power on the bottom. Ridiculously easy to take apart. I did pause the video, but it honestly took me probably 15 seconds. Once I figured out it was just held in by clips, all you had to do was pretty much just get 2 of the sides lifted up. So I ended up using my opener tool, and this pick, rest in peace, it didn't make it. It's old and brittle. So ended up opening this thing up, and you can see we got the Raspberry Pi right here. I'm going to continue taking this apart with my trusty tools, and you can see we have actually a Seed Studio LoRaWAN module, which is cool. It's taking a hex bit, so we have a Torx T8 is the size of the screws on here. Before I take this Raspberry Pi out, I wanted to see if it was possible to get this SD card out, and it doesn't look like it is, so you have to actually take this Raspberry Pi off. There is also like a little white sticker here, probably a security sticker. And now I can carefully pull this board up. I should be able to. I know it's on the pins. And you can see right here we got a USB-C port, but this is clearly a Raspberry Pi. It comes with the USB-C, 2 mini HDMI, an aux port to I guess 30 pin or 20 pin connectors. The Ethernet cable and the two USBs. And if you see how this is actually placed in here, the Ethernet cable or the Ethernet port is pulled directly from the Raspberry Pi right there. So it's a pretty neat design that they have here. Let's see the SD card. Doesn't show any information. It's really strange. It seems like a really cheap SD card. There's nothing on the front, so you don't know what storage size is on it. But I just wanted to show you guys what the inside of this device looks like. So now we are going to work on converting this device to Crankk. So I'm going to get to it, and I'll see you guys on the computer. All right, so now that we are over at the computer, I want to show you guys how you actually get the Crankk image onto your Finestra. If you guys saw when I was unboxing it, there was an SD card in the device. What you need to do is take that SD card out and plug it into your computer. You can use an adapter if you have one, as long as you can plug it into the computer. So now that it is plugged into the computer, what you want to do, if this is your first time setting up a device, you got to head over to wallets, and it's going to tell you to create a wallet. Because I already have wallets, it's telling me that I need to unlock my browser. So I'm going to unlock my wallet, and you guys can see I already have two here set up. I have both of my sense caps. Now I want to create a new wallet. You could alternatively import a wallet, and pretty much you're just importing your secret phrase from a different Kadena wallet. So if you have it on Zelcore or Koala or some other ones, you can import the wallet and you don't have to deal with creating a new wallet on Crankk, because as you can see, it makes a secret key. So it's your call pretty much. So I'm going to generate a new one off screen, and then I will show you guys what the next steps are. So as you can see, it says NA for me, and that's because I don't have an actual license. So what I need to do is, if you see this, you need to make sure that your license is purchased. If you're seeing this and you have a license purchased, then you need to reach out to the Crankk team and they can get that to you. So I'm going to purchase my license, and then we can go forward on assigning it to this Finestra and setting it up on my device. In the meantime, while you're waiting for the license thing to work, what you can do is open up your Balena Etcher, which in this case, I'm just going to open it here, and make sure that it identifies your SD card, which should be, hold on one second. This is the image, and then you got to click select target. And right here, you can see I have a 64 gigabyte SD card. So now I can flash the image. So while this is working, I'm going to work on getting my license, and then we will come back and set it all up on the Crankk side of things. All right, so I got my license, and now you can see I have the assign gateway button. You can also see that I have 10 KDA in my account. It's important to know that you need to have a balance in your account in order for this to go through, because this is a transaction on the blockchain, and you need to have Kadena so that you can pay for the gas fee. So make sure you have Kadena. It's pretty easy. Just send it to this account. You can click copy or click QR code, send it to the account that you want to onboard. So now we can head over to the local dashboard. In order to get over to the Crankk local dashboard, you need to head over to the IP address associated with your device. It's different for everybody, so keep that in mind. My IP address is most likely not going to be the one that you can use to get onto yours, because it is on your local network. So in order to get this, you need to log into your router. In my case, it's Verizon. And I went over to the connected devices. When you first power this thing up, you need to connect it hardwired via Ethernet, and then you can head over to the Wi-Fi config and configure the Wi-Fi settings with the onboard chip. So then you won't have to connect it any further with Ethernet. Once you get that, you can head over to your respective address with the port :17080. It will prompt you with a login screen. The login username is admin, and the password will be the last 6 digits of your MAC address minus the 2 colons that are there. And the way to get this as well is just heading over to your router, and it will show you the MAC address. So that's how you head over to the local dashboard, and now we can continue setting up. You can see I already set it up. I actually have to re-record. Basically what you want to do is select your image, which is Crankk, the model, which is Finestra or your respective model, what region you're in, and the gateway ID should autofill, and make sure you check packet forwarder. Click save, and it says configuration saved, rebooting, so we will let that reboot. Now we can head over to this and click assign. Click the model and scroll down to find Finestra or your respective one, and it's asking for the gateway ID. This is the same gateway ID we see right here. So we're going to copy this gateway ID and head over here and paste it and click submit. And now it says request has sent successfully. It may take 1 or 2 minutes to settle this on the blockchain. So now the transaction has been submitted
Once this goes through, the balance of KDA that I have should go down, and this can take, like I said, anywhere from 1 to 2 minutes. I've had it take upwards of 5 just because of network speeds. So we're going to come back in about 5 minutes and I'll show you guys the next step. So now you can see I had to refresh my browser a couple times and log back into the wallet. Elegant Lime Capybara is my name for my gateway. They're always funny names. And my KDA balance did go down 0.000025 KDA. So it's a very small amount of KDA, but you need to have that balance in there for the transaction. Now I can click here, and now the next step would be to actually participate by locking in some liquidity onto my gateway via the proof of trust tab right here, which I click and then scroll down, and it says to participate in the network, it's 800 Crankk. So in order to get Crankk onto this account, there are 2 ways you can do it. You can either send it from another account, which I'm going to do here because I have 1,000 on this account, or you could actually send some Cadena here and head over to the exchange and purchase it by exchanging it. Either way works. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but I just wanted to show you guys the 2 options. And that's pretty much it. That is how you set up your Finestra miner on the Crankk network. Let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns. Put them in the comments section down below. Feel free to join my Discord server as well as Crankk's Discord server if you have any questions or you want to just talk. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great one. Peace out.